Good morning, Pulsicans and Hexakins Unite. How are we doing today on this mighty fine Christmas after Christmas special episode? What's going on, Pulsicans? What's going on, guys? How are we feeling? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we're doing our best to bridge a gap between our fellow entrepreneurs and our crypto community, where we're going to use crypto as a wealth creation tool and use real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And man, I'm still streaming out here from Arizona, guys. So I got kind of like the Richard Hart background where you can't really tell where I'm at. It's kind of cool. But we got a special guest today. We are going to have my good friend Sergey back on, the myth, the man, the legend. I love our conversations. Every time he comes on, he goes deep and really goes introspective on all the ideologies of the Richard Hart ecosystem. And so that's why I really appreciate this individual. And I know if you guys have read of his books, I know we've had him on the show before. He has written some amazing books. It's been phenomenal. He's also going to be holding the Hex Awakening event come 2025. We'll talk about that again a little bit today on today's show. But let's go ahead and bring him up. Mr. Sergey, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Merry freaking Christmas to you, dude, and your family, by the way. You know, out there in Peru. What's going on, brother?
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for having me back on a short notice. So
yeah, it's been quite the wild ride during these holiday seasons.
I didn't think it would come so soon. I thought we're done until March. I felt like I'm, packing my bags, going on the beach, sit on the beach. No podcast. Right. But then I wake up in the morning and I see minus 50%. And I'm like, okay, I don't have time to deal with it now. I got to go to ceremony. People already waiting in the garden. But something happened. So my first thought was, okay, either it's a nuclear war or Biden, nuked Moscow, or Democrats released another virus, and something really happened. So I'll check it out later. So I came home after ceremony, and that's how I look in. It's like, okay, we need to talk.
Maybe macro event, something.
Yeah, I thought it's macro.
War.
Yeah, I thought that's it, man. That the Democrats are making the move to disrupt inauguration, which I expect to happen. But that would be 50% out of the blue. It's like, man, something big happened. And then I came and Richard Hart, Interpol. I thought it's surreal in the beginning. I thought is it a joke? I had to double check. This is edited stuff. What the hell, man? It's, and then look at all these criminals, real criminals on the, scary looking murderers, rapists, terrorists, really bad guys, and Richard Hart there. I'm like, bro, is this real? What's happening here? So this is when I said, you know what? This is a serious FUD, and we need to clear it up. And this is when I reach out to you. I go on the RG3 show in 1 hour after you to help his community. We just need to clear up this FUD, and just want to share, just want to talk about this. Hear what you have to say, share my thoughts. That's it. That's why we talk today.
Well, I'll give you my 5 minutes synopsis. I did a stream on this day before Christmas, but it happened I was nowhere near my computer, so I couldn't sell or anything. If I wanted to sell, it wasn't I could have anyways. I was out doing stuff with my family, right? We were out about, and we're doing pre-Christmas stuff, and so I just okay, it is what it is. And when I saw price crashing, I'm like, holy shit, is this going to be another SEC type event? Oh God, here we go again. Really, we reset the price chart. We're doing good. I'm feeling good. And here we go, another SEC type event. But what really astonished me, Sergey, and I mean, it really threw me back, because I thought for sure this was me an SEC type, as far as price charts concerned. We bounced back, dude. We're at 406 on Pulse today. We're at 1.8 cents on Hex. Pulse X is 4045. It pumped after the Richard Hart stream because he was talking very bullish on Pulse X. But I mean, considering how hard we bounced and how much we came back, tells me one thing. It tells me that the community is done with the Jeets. The main sellers, the people who wanted to be gone out of this ecosystem are gone. And the people who believe in this ecosystem and who are diamond hand, who have some extra DCA money, they came in support of the price chart. They believe they man, they backed us like they didn't do in the SEC days. So like it just shows me that we are going through a different time. Like this amount of FUD can't hurt our community or our price chart. That shows me that when we really start going up and mooning, it's go time. Like it's hardcore go time because now we built a community and a price chart that could do that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. That's how I felt. So, but it was like a few. It was like a stages. First it was like a disbelief. Like, is it real? Like, really? Is that a Christmas joke?
Oh God!
What is happening? So I had to double check, and like really took me like a moment to like believe this. Richard Hart, now a fugitive. Man, Raymond Reddington from a Blacklist series now. It's like, are you serious now? So it was like you go through different stages, like different emotions, and then I got angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, man, we're just done with this SEC bullshit. We kind of bounce back, and now again we have this now, which is worse, I think, because SEC is not really criminal like from the start. It's a complaint that can become a criminal case, but
sure,
it doesn't have that scary kind of criminal aura around this,
Mm-hmm.
But Interpol, it's different. It's criminal. It does. It's like, man, terrorists there, like for scammers, rapists. It's a different vibe to it. So this FUD, I felt stronger in terms of like from a public perception perspective, how people perceive this. It's scarier. So I even had a thought in my head, which I was like, whoa, where this come from? It's like, I thought, should I get out? I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm buying more. But the thought was there. I saw the thought. The thought came like, okay, maybe it's time to get out. Maybe that's it. I'm like losing my money, life savings. And then it just was like a second. It just came through the filters. And then I was like, hey, wait. That's just another SEC, man. This is another opportunity to DCA. I bought Pulse and Hex on the Interpol FUD. I mean, call me crazy, man, but that's how much I believe in this stuff.
That's great.
And I mean like a lot, thousands.
That's great.
So I said like, okay, so now what? Now we just have to sit back and see what happened. And then, but I was like too angry for it. I said, no, you know what? That's not right. I'm sick of this. I think it's time to push back in a legal way, in a way that is available to us. And I have a plan. I will share with you now a simple plan that 6 points, 7 points that we have to do as a community to push back. It might or might not have effect, but it doesn't matter. We're responsible for our delivery. We're not responsible how this delivery will be received. So we have to raise our voices and speak on that subject, on the global stage. I'm not just going to sit back and see how these people just destroy my investment, my 11 years of living expenses. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, no, man, I'm going to speak and I'm going to do whatever can be done legally to support Richard and push for exoneration and, just to the glory, to the everyone's glory, because it's not just his glory anymore. Because here's the thing, guys, you really need to take it personally. Like, attack on Richard Hart is attack on you. If you are an investor, I 100%. Take it personally. It's attack on my money that I work for. You know what I mean? You attacking my money, and by attacking my money, you are attacking my family, because my money is to pay bills and put food on the table. So you attacking my family, I take it personally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So going after Richard Hart is like going after me and you, and 300,000 people. So the idea is that we need to understand that and get together and push back, because everyone is a target. We don't have to be on wanted list to be a target. Our backs are being nuked by Gary first and now by Interpol and Finnish government. So what the hell, man? It's like the tyranny continues, and we need to push it back, because the tyranny only advances as much as you allowed it to advance. That's it.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying the all charges are false and made up. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I want to know what happened, and that's why we talk. We need to make it public. We need to know exactly what happened and expose the whole thing. And if there is, a wrongdoing, okay, then there is a wrongdoing. But if there isn't, well, we want exoneration and public apologies, and the price goes to the moon, because we deserve that. Because we've been here sitting 3 years through the bloody bear, supporting, believing, DCAing. So I want to see results. So we'll get to the plan now. I'm just talking about like emotions around this, like personally how I feel. I'm sure people feel like a similar way. And yes, what you say completely good. That's a good news now. Like we have the bad news, like Richard Face on Interpol. That's a bad news. But also there is a good news, which is also important to highlight, and that's what you said. This is the bottom. Like I can't see. Well, it's like this is like the worst news we could have, and we're like hovering around 2 cents hex. It's like we're still like 5x from where we were like last.
Yeah, it set us back 1 month.
Think about Think about this. Like this is the truth, guys. If Charles Hankinson would appear on Interpol wanted list, Ada would die. Like Cardano will be destroyed, gone, evaporated. It will be like Don Juan, Luna, like that. The whole thing would be crushed. Or somebody else, just put anybody on the Interpol wanted list. It's the worst spot you can have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look, where are we? I'm DCing. Like other people, like, do I look scared? Do you look scared? I'm angry for sure, but I'm not scared. You know what I mean? I'm selling nothing. I
was scared for like 5 minutes that day.
I was maybe even less. Like really, like maybe, I don't know, maybe like a minute. I'm like, man, like the thought came, like, that's it. Maybe it's the end of the journey. But no, I'm like, I said through all this hell to get out now. No way, man. I'm going to ride this beach to the ground or to the moon. That's my attitude. That's my conviction. Or I lose all my money, or I make what I want to make out of it. That's it, man. This is my attitude. You do what you want with your money. This is what I do with my money.
Yeah.
That's my conviction I'm sharing with you. You do what you want. You can cheat your best right now. I don't care, man. I'm not. This is what I believe. This is what I do. Okay? That's my right to decide for my money. I'm not deciding for anyone else. You decide for yourself. I'm just sharing with you how I feel.
We're just guys.
No, nothing. Exactly. I'm just doing that with my money, and I'm angry about the situation because, when you look at the charges, I mean, if they would put the first charge, like the aggravated tax fraud, okay, that's kind of a complex issue that, we don't know how the tax law works. It's international. It's a complex, man. I don't understand that. And it's a complex issue. But then you put assault. And this is when I started laughing. I mean, okay, so a billionaire, a guy like with $1 billion at least. I mean, we know that. I mean, all the sacrifice money was over $1 billion. So who knows what else he has? But let's say alleged billionaire, like walking on the street and beating some 16-year-old guy. This is just stupid, man. This is like dumb, made up shit for stupid people.
It is.
To believe in that. It's like, unless the guy was walking and attacked.
Richard.
By a jerk. Yes. Richard was attacked by some...
happening. Richard's that time period back in 2021 is when he was doing his outrage marketing and wearing all that stuff all the time, like that crazy, Louis Vuitton,
Rolex, and all this like Gucci stuff. Like maybe some guy just thought, okay, that's an easy target for robbery.
It's an easy target.
I'll just get his stuff, and he attacked. He defended himself. Okay, I completely support him. I would bitch slap this guy too. Are you kidding me? But why? Like, we don't know the details. What are the details? What is the case? Assault. That's it. I want to know the details. What was the assault? What happened to this guy? And what happened there? Like we need to know what happened, because when you put assault on Interpol, it's like it sounds bad. It's a public perception. They all work on narrative and perceptions. They make people look bad by just doing this. And that's a FUD, man. That's a market manipulation. That's FUD. The same like SEC. No different.
Yep.
It's to scare people out of the ecosystem, destroy the price, and and then just get Richard's money. $500 million or whatever. You know what I mean? Which is also our money. You know what I mean? Although we don't have claim, we sacrifice, so we don't. It's a sacrifice. You just donate this money without expectation. I understand, but it's all like connected to our investments and our hopes and like our work. People building in the system. It's a lot involved. So you can't just say, "Oh, you know what? Give me your money." It's like, bro, there are 300,000 people here. It's not just one dude walking around with Gucci's. It's a huge global community of smart people. You know what I mean? So you have to deal with everybody. To get that piece of the pie, you need to have a strong case. That when it has to go to court, and the court has to decide who gets what. You just you know what I mean? And if any like I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax advisor or something, but logically, if anyone would have a right to claim like a portion of sacrifice funds, that would be American government, because Richard is American citizens.
Right.
What has to do with Finland, man? Maybe he lived there, maybe he didn't live there, like a tourist or whoever. Like it's like he received money on the blockchains. Where is blockchain lives? What is the residence? What is the address of the blockchains and the wallet where a sacrifice fund was received? Was it in Finland? This is the stuff you take to court, and that's what you argue there. And I think that was part of the SEC lawsuit. It's like it's all like arbitrary. It's like, man, this is like it's a whole new phenomenon. No, there is no regulation. There is no even understanding of the phenomenon. Nobody understands anything. So it's like it's just like arguing. Whoever makes the better argument wins. And Richard have enough money to hire the best lawyer that money can buy and to argue the case. Okay, then let's argue the case. But what the hell are you doing with Interpol?
Yeah, because they're losing. SEC is losing, and so like they know they're losing, and they have to take one last final shot. So they're the ones. I'm almost 100% sure of it. Like I'm 99.9. I can never be 100%, but they're the ones that have been coordinating this, been planning on this. They've been the one talking with Interpol, making this whole thing go through, because they know they're losing. They're losing. It's their last throw, right? Trying to make us look bad. And I say us, not just Richard, because you're right.
Yes, and maybe influence the judge. And maybe this is an attempt to influence the judge decision, because the judge, she may be like, oh, look, now the guy's on Interpol. Maybe I should rule against this guy. He's a bad guy. He's next to the terrorist there. You know what I mean? It's a public perception. It's like when we get to the facts and documents and all this stuff, it's like maybe things are not looking like that, But when you create all this narrative and scary stuff, whoa, you know what I mean? So we need to get to the bottom of it. And I think it has to be with court, through the court system. Like, this is the case. Where is the assault? Where is the victim? Where's the video? What happened there? If not, delete this stuff and give me an apology. I want public apology and exoneration. You know what I mean? And if not, prosecute me. You know what I mean? It's like, but we need clarity on that. You can't just create this FUD unchecked. Now there is another FUD coming. Probably, I think the worst one. So get some cash. I'm trying to get some more cash to buy on the next FUD. It's Richard's arrest, because this will result in arrest. It's like, the guy now cannot buy pizza without being really, found. Who is going to buy pizza for Richard now?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Interpol sends red notice. That's to notify police departments in every country. So if Richard appears somewhere, I don't know where, anywhere, it's like, oh, this is the guy. Okay, send the unit to arrest him. So the arrest is kind of a next thing. I'm expecting that. It's not that I want this, but I'm expecting
it. Can be. Yeah, I don't know if it will happen or not.
Yeah, hopefully not, but it can be. Oh,
Richard
Hart, imagine what the news will be. And then that will be like a scary. Richard Hart arrested on, I don't know, fraud charges, whatever. It's like, they will make it look so bad. People like will really get scared. And that's it's harder to clear up your name with all this stuff, you know. The farther it goes, the harder is it to clear up. So it has to be dealt with as soon as possible. Like, that's why I'm talking to you now. That's why we need to send some letters to people. Like, I will share with you now. It's like, it has to be dealt with, you know. And of course, I understand that Richard is waiting for inauguration, which is very important because Trump will make a difference. It's very important.
Right. And then Gary's out, right? That's huge. And I still think, Sergey, that anytime now, I think we can see a dismissal. And and I can be wrong about this, right? And that dismissal would send, absolute ripple through the ecosystem, and just, to the haters. It would send a message to the haters. It sends a message to the other countries. Yes. I don't know if Interpol takes down Richard Hart's, most wanted status, if, the red status, if it gets a dismissal. I doubt it, but
it certainly can help to move in this direction, because here is the court case. It's like, hey, there is no fraud, guys. Relax. So at least the first one is cleared. Okay? It's like, it's like, and then you have to deal with assault. I mean, come on, that's like easy. That's not even Interpol. This is like a local police thing. Assault, okay, bring the guy in. Let's go to court. What happened there? This is not Interpol stuff. You know what I mean? It's like nonsense.
Did you see I think it was the guys from the Maximus DAO? They had found a stream of Richard Hart the day after the supposed attack happened. And I know you're not on Twitter very much, but it was on Twitter, and it showed Richard Hart's hands, the knuckles, the hands, and it showed that there was no marks, no blood, no.
And what did he say?
No, and they were just clean. And so it's just something that's going around Twitter right now, and everyone's reposting it. Sami posted it. I posted it. Like, it's all going, because obviously it shows that he was not in a fight that day. Remember back then, Sergey, Richard Hart used to stream like every other day. Like, it was crazy. Like, he at least once a week. You get at least once a week stream from Richard Hart back then. So it was easy to go back and see, hey, like, does he look like he was in a fight? Because, like, if he was beating up some 16-year-old and you're punching him, you're gonna have it. It's gonna show in your hands. So,
but when was it? When
it's back in 2021. Is there saying what's happened
3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, almost 5 years ago now. I mean, we're 4 years ago. Okay, so the question is, like, why now? Why now? Why now? Right. Why? When you get assaulted, you go to police the next day.
Yeah.
Or the same day. I mean, but you don't wait 4 years. It's you see the parallels. It's the same thing with what they did to Trump. Sexual assault. Bro, that was like 20 years ago. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, I forgot what was, you know what I mean? It's like 20 years ago. Why you bring stuff now, right before my election? You know what I mean? It's a politically motivated stuff. If that was like a real thing, that would be the next day in police. That would be in 2021. Why now? Answer. Can somebody answer this question?
It's the exact same thing, though, because the Dems were doing that at the last second because they knew they were going to lose.
That's it. So they're like, okay, Trump raped
let's raid his house. It's good.
You know what I mean? Bro, you don't even rape a porn star. They're a porn star. It's like, they want this. How you rape a porn star? Were you nuts? You know what I mean? She's not an accountant. She's a porn star. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell, man? It's like, this is like a clown show. It's like a clown world for stupid people to believe all this bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, it makes me angry, man. It's like, I can't talk about this like in a civil way, because it's like nonsense, man. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you
100%.
losing the argument. It's the same thing with Democrat. You're losing the argument, like intellectual. You're losing it. You can't put a sentence together. You know, your representative can't speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you're just trying to play dirty. This is dirty, man. I don't appreciate when people play dirty. Either people, normal people, civilians, or government. I don't appreciate. You know, I'm a transparent guy. I hate lies, and I hate when people lie, and when they're government or somebody else.
That's what
Let's
they
play
do.
it like playing field. Let's play it real. Is there a crime? Okay, bring it up, bring evidence, prosecute Richard. You know, if there is no crime, exonerate, apologize, and leave us alone.
And leave us the hell alone.
Leave us alone, man. You
I know.
know, the guys still have like money on the chain. All the money
Yeah.
is still on the chain, man. Well, what's the tax for? That wasn't an income. So
There's,
what were you taxing?
Yep, they're saying the sacrifice funds. And see, this is how I know.
Uh-huh.
This is for me, right? Like, once again, it's not financial advice, guys. I'm just a dude on the internet speculates. But it's like, for me, how I know the SEC is a direct involvement, because they're saying it's the taxes from the sacrifice funds. Like, how would they know about the sacrifice funds? How would they know about all this information? Like, it's directly on those funds. That is a direct communication with the SEC.
Right.
There's no other correlation that I could think of where that's the only. Like, yeah.
Okay, first of all, it wasn't an income. Okay, Richard didn't sell a company for $1 billion and didn't pay taxes. Or Richard make I don't know, something is like, it's not an income tax. It's a sacrifice. It's a donation. Donate when it's a charity, man. You give to charge. There is no tax on that. It's like it's a tax free, man. That's how logically I understand that. And he didn't even spend the money. It's still there. So what is the tax? It's like he didn't buy a mansion somewhere. It's like it's still there. So what is the tax for? So I don't know, man. Taxes is so complex. It's jamming my brain. I don't think taxes. I can be wrong. That's why I want clarity on this.
Well, you know how I feel about taxes. I moved to Puerto Rico to freaking not pay taxes.
Yeah, man. It's like, don't let me start on that. How I feel about this. This is like a whole different subject. But I don't understand that. I don't like it, and it's like it doesn't make any sense to tax a sacrifice fund by a country of which he's not a citizen. Like, that's like, why are you doing this?
Right.
It's like America should do it, if at all, but not Finland. So what if Richard go to Germany now for like a month to just to
now it's their money.
So now it's like their money. It's like,
now
hey, I want my piece of the pie because you live in Germany. It's just like, man, this is like doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to share with you and see how people feel. It's like, hey, I'm here to clear up the FUD. I'm not afraid. I'm not selling. I'm buying. I'm here to stay until the end. If I lose it all, we all go to hell. So be it. That's my adult decision.
Yes.
This is my, that's an informed decision with my investment, with my money. Okay. If we win, great. I will be very happy and that will be amazing, but I'm ready for either, outcome in my mind. I'm prepared. That's why I'm not afraid. Like, are you ready to drive this to zero? If you're ready, man, you should not be afraid. If you're not ready, hey, jit your bags, go buy stocks. That's it. Safer. It's a lot safer. Go buy Amazon stocks. It's a lot safer.
Well, yeah, and for me, man, I mean, we've had this conversation before so many times. Like, I see the greater picture. I've had my, I'm a big believer in God and the universe, and I know you are too. And I would love to hear about your vision and what you've seen, around this. But like, I know for me, once again, guys, this is never financial advice, but I know where we're going. I know where the community's going. I know where Hex is going. I know where Pulse is going. I see the bigger picture. I'm able to put the puzzle pieces together and have the faith, the serious faith that it takes. Just like you have faith in a religion, God is true. I know God is true. I mean, this is not a religious show today, so I don't want to get too deep in it. But it's the same thing how I feel about with this community and how I feel about these assets and how I feel about Richard. I know what true is true, and it isn't. I outside sources or influences are not going to break my resolve and change my mind from what I already know is true. It's just how it is. And yeah, so for me and my money, I know I'm in the right place at the right time because of all this. This is just more opportunity for me and my money to go in and get these cheaper prices because I know where we're going.
That's what I believe in. Exactly. And here's another question. Like the worst case, let's imagine the worst case. Okay, Richard gets arrested next week. He's in jail. They take his money, and who knows what else happens. Okay, can they shut down Hex?
No.
Can they shut down
Pulse either, man.
Okay, so Richard in jail. Oh yeah, they put him in jail and they kill him. Of course, heaven forbid. I don't want that, of course. But in your mind, you have to have like the worst cases ever. Richard dead. Is Hex online?
Yes, 100%.
Blockchain online?
100%.
Okay.
Doesn't change anything about the
So
blockchain.
it doesn't change. So the blockchain is there. There are 300,000 people there. There's 120,000 stakers. There are a lot of builders and streamers. So can we sail the ship without him?
Yes, we have been in many ways.
It's okay. So it's like, of course, it would be absolutely better to have the captain there, kind of, streaming. Absolutely, that's like turbo charge ship just through the ocean, But the community is there. The products are great, flawless. Everything, it's okay. We keep building. New people will be coming. Okay, so there will be another cycle. So it just will take more time probably, but we're not going anywhere. So even if they take the general out of the game, the army is still here, So it's like worst case, absolutely worst case. That's it. Worst. The products are still here. Blockchain are here. It's impossible to shut it down. It's decentralized, and that's the power of decentralization. And that's the whole point of Richard's philosophy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you jail me, you kill me, you're not going to change anything. Maybe you can steal my sacrifice funds. Okay. But, everybody else continues. You know what I mean? That's the true power of our blockchain. This is the true power, guys. It's not the Richard. It's what Richard created. The power is in his products, not in him. Whether he there or not, everything is fine. That's what I was sitting here through this FUD and for a minute, it's like, okay, all right, that's the worst case. Okay, arrest is coming probably. What if they kill him in jail? Yeah, that can happen. It's like, okay, but nothing has changed. Even that happens, So that's just important to keep in mind. And that's like a worst case. I don't think it will come to that. Maybe he will be arrested, or maybe he will turn himself in after inauguration. If that would be me, I would wait until inauguration and then walk into headquarters in Brussels with a bunch of lawyers and a press and just throw myself in. It's like, okay, guys, you have problem with me. Here I am with 10 lawyers with cameras everywhere. Here I am.
I am sure his lawyers are already in talks with them. I couldn't see how they would not be at this point.
For sure. Yeah. And his tweet was very, very, very confident. It's like people who are scared are not speaking like that. And they're not speaking at all. If he would be scared, he would just shut down his account, probably and go somewhere, disappear. It's like he's not afraid. That gives confidence. That's what I kind of read in his words. It's like he is not afraid. He's just okay. Let's ride this wave. The SEC. This is just SEC part 2. And there will be probably SEC part 3. It's like he is not scared, and we shouldn't too. So that's just kind of. But there are things that I think we can do, and that's what I want to share with you here.
Let's talk about that.
It's like I made. I don't know how to share. I don't want to share it because it's like I will get out of the stream like last time.
How can I click present?
Presentar, okay.
And then it'll ask you to share your entire screen or a tab.
Oh, okay. Share screen.
Yeah, you can share the entire screen, and that will bring it up on my end, and I'll be able to present it on the YouTube channel.
Okay. So select the tab to share. Okay, Windows entire screen. Is that what I click? Entire screen?
Yeah, that will show
entire
your
screen.
entire screen. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Share. Okay, that's good. So
And that should be open. There we go.
Okay. So, man, that's a mess now.
Now we see what you see. So just go to the tab or the URL or whatever you're trying to show.
Where is it? It's a mess now. It's a mess. I don't know, like, what is it? Nice, like a lot of like
take it off.
Windows here. Okay, how about we do like this? Maybe I just read it for you.
Yes, that's fine.
Is it okay? Or what if I just put in the chat? Can you show that if I put in the chat?
Yeah, it depends how long it is.
It's a long, 2 pages, but we can just go over.
Put the link to it in the chat.
It's a Word file.
Yeah, I don't know if I can put that in the chat.
Okay, let me see if I can put a Word file in the chat. No, I can't. Okay, maybe I just read it. You know?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
I don't do. Okay, so I thought we can do a few things. It might be silly, or it might not be, but I rather to take some action than no action. That's it. That's my philosophy. So first, we will need the help of nuclear herb. He's a lawyer. He needs to do it. Okay, or somebody else who is willing to do. We need a cover letter. So the number one, create a cover letter and submit the amicus brief to the Interpol addressing Chief Ahmed Nasser al-Raisi, requesting a deletion of the red notice. So this is the first thing to address the guy who is running the Interpol, to show him that there's 44,000 people supporting the fugitive. That would be very unusual. You know, usually the terrorists and murderers and rapists who appear on their list, not having 44,000 people supporting them. Okay,
right.
But I have the link. I will send you the file. You know, later I will send the whole file. I got all the links.
All the file because I'm meeting up with Nuclear Herbs next week for lunch.
It has to be sooner.
Okay, he's not in town right now. He's in up in northern Arizona for Christmas.
I understand.
So, yeah, as soon as he's back,
maybe you can just run it by him, just send it to him and say, hey, what do you think? Is that foolish or it has merit? You know, just ask him and then you can work with him. I have all the links, man, all the links. I'm just reading what I think is important to do. So I have the Interpol contact press office. It's the press office. So it goes there. It's already been acknowledged there. Then the second link of Interpol is Interpol General Secretariat. These are the people who have the power to delete the red notice. Okay, so I have the link for them too. That's number one. Number two, submit the same documents to the Interpol Notices and Diffusion Task Force, an Interpol unit that reviews compliance requests. Request the same thing. Request that the General Secretariat delete the red notice. So these are the people who receive requests from countries. In this case, from Finland. Okay, they review.
You have all the links there in this document. This is freaking amazing, bro.
Everything document, man. I spend the whole day doing this, man. You know, all documents, all links. You send it. You just do it. Okay. So, and that's just to explain. Number three, send all information to the President of Finland. And this is I took it from the site, the government site. It says letters, cards, and other mailing to the President of Republic or the President's spouse can be sent to the office of the President of the Republic. Here is the address and the email address. Bam, it goes there. Number four, send the same information to National Prosecution Authority, which is Attorney General, Office of Prosecutor General. Bam, it goes there. You know, number five, send the information to European Parliament in Brussels, and they have a branch in Washington. I have all the emails, all the numbers. It's the same information, same cover letter and the information. So it will take like 10 minutes to send it, man. It will take time to make the cover letter, but when it's all done, it's just bam, bam, bam. You send everybody, you know. Now, number six, send all information to the US, UK, and European news agencies. Both mainstream and independent media coverage is essential. It's very important to bring media to this. It has to be a scandal. We need to make noise because they're using their power to make it look bad. We need to use that to make it look good, or at least to counterfeit their allegations. Okay, so I want independent London Telegraph, whoever will take it, man. So to just to say what it is, like to write an article. This is what's happening. A guy went, a serial entrepreneur who is now appear like a serial killer. Is now on the wanted list with $1 billion thing, and it's like this is like 44,000 people standing up against, supporting this guy. This is a newsworthy. This is newsworthy, man. And I'm writing for alternative media. It's like,
I agree.
From my perspective, it's newsworthy. So okay, both mainstream. Okay, so this aims to create a public outrage over the government's overreach. That's what we need. Is to balance the scale. Okay, this is the attack, incoming attack. Okay, we're balancing the scale. Let's see if there is a government overreach there, like it is in the SEC case. SEC is now got sued by 18 states. This is serious stuff. This is not just one Richard Hart. This is 18 states suing SEC. This is like how you fight those guys. These are governments.
Right.
Okay, we are people. You can fight us. You can threaten us. These are attorney generals of other states. 18 of them, nearly half of America, against SEC for government overreach. So this is the same thing. It's the same energy. Okay, number 7, create a social media storm following submissions. So after all these letters been sent to everybody, then every person who have Twitter, X, Facebook, YouTube, you make a video of that, you speak about this and say that this has been done. We need to show people that action was taken. We're not just, venting on YouTube. We talk to Finland presidents, governments, Interpol. We talk to everybody. We are not afraid to talk to anyone in Richard's defense. It's innocent until proven guilty. Okay? That's what I go by.
Yes.
This is the right. This is constitution. This is legal language. You show me, you prove me that he is guilty, and then I will have my judgment over him. So far, he is innocent until proven guilty. So I defend him, and I defend me and my family. Okay? Number 8, follow-up emails in a week. Like a week later, I would follow up with emails like, hey, have you received my submission? What's the status? You keep pushing. You keep pushing through this until we have more clarity on that. So all this aims to show the support of 44,000 international investors for the wanted criminal Richard Hart. So if we do this, it's an effort. But man, does that worsen? I think so. I'm deeply invested in this. And I thought that spending a day researching all these links is definitely it's a minimum that I can contribute to the cause. If Nuclear Herb can contribute his time to put the cover letter, because the cover letter is very important. It has.
I'm going to give you my email as soon as we hop off this.
Oh yeah, I sent you the.
You're going to send me over everything. I'll make sure Nuclear Herbs gets this.
Yes, let him read, take his take on it. If he says Sergey is dumb, okay, Sergey is dumb, but Sergey did something. Sergey didn't just sell or set back in fear. Sergey spent a day researching this stuff. You know what I mean? So I feel good about this already, but I believe we need to get it out. And Coffee, he has the amicus brief.
He does.
Just put it together. So
and I can get it to Coffee too, because I'm very good friends with Coffee. He's out in Puerto Rico. And so I can get it to him. I can get it to Nuclear Herbs.
That's the people who need to read that.
Together.
We need to put it together and because it's a joint effort. It's not just one person. I did my work. Hopefully, if Nuclear Herb can help with cover letter, it's a legal language explaining what is it that we're doing here and why we're talking to the president of Finland and the chief of Interpol and what's behind it. And then we attach the documentation. That's how you do the stuff, man. That's how I was doing stuff. when I was writing to SEC, to Department of Justice, trying to put the scammers in prison, the hyperfund and hyperverse. I want to see these people on Interpol list, because these are real scammers. This came to 2 million people by promising them return. Richard promised nothing. So don't tell me this, okay? I know what's the Ponzi, and I know what's not, okay? I'm a victim of the Ponzi. This scammer stole my money, and from 2 million people. Richard didn't, okay? So I know how it works. And I was writing to governments. I was writing to UK police, to Dubai police, the responses was disappointing, but after like 13 months, finally one of the guys were like arrested in Dubai. It's still like in process, but it's a slow process. But this is how you talk to these people: cover letter and documentation and press, because when you involve press, they cannot sweep it under the rug, because it's a bad press for them. It's like, hey, why you didn't take action? You're a public servant. We told you about this. Why that was ignored? You know what I mean? It's like, when the press is there, it just adds to the whole case. That's why media is very important, guys. And I will write article on that too. I'm a contributing writer to Wake Up World, which is alternative news media, based in Australia. Like spirituality, health, government corruption. They're like censored. They're like hardcore. So that's why I write for them, because they let me speak without, like, as I write, they publish. So I will write an article next week on that, and see if they take it. I don't know, but I will put my effort. I will write, and when the article is ready and published, I will send to you and other people, so it can go on X and everywhere. You know what I mean?
So we can post
you post the article. Just let people read. It's like, it will take me like a week to write, because it's a serious article. It's about this. It's about Trump getting in office, and the promises, and the future of crypto, and I want to put this there. As a part of it. So it will take me like a week probably, to put it together, and then see. It takes like a week probably for them to publish my stuff. So if it's there, I'll send you the link. We need that out. But until that, we need to do something. So I've started it. I began this process of pushing back legally. It's legal. It's our First Amendment right to speak our truth and address grievances to the government. In that case, it's a grievances we're addressing to the government of Finland and Interpol, because it's there now. So let's see who is behind it. Let's see what they have, what cards they have. We're playing our cards, So that's what I want to share, and I felt it was important to kind of, first of all, to boost up the spirit of the community, and second is to push back.
Is this what you saw in your vision last night?
Yeah, that was yesterday. I was sitting there. I said, no, we can't just sit back and do nothing. We need to send this information to the government. It doesn't matter if it gets ignored. It doesn't matter. People don't understand how energy works, man. It's like, we are responsible for our actions. It's like you're responsible for your action. You're not responsible of how people receive it. The delivery is where the power is. Like, do something in your life. Do something with your life. Deliver yourself into the universe. Show up and see what happens. It's like
powerful message.
If they ignore us, okay, so be it. But we did this. We sent a letter to the president of the Finland. We sent a letter to the Attorney General of Finland. We sent a letter to the chief, Interpol. We sent a letter to the SEC. It's like we are here supporting this fugitive. So you know what I mean? And we are trusting fugitive, man. This terrorist, this bad guy. It's like we're here. So it's like 44,000 people who put their phone numbers, email addresses. 40. Do you know how many people is that? Do you remember the recent Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, which was a shit show, but that's a different conversation. There was like 70,000 people there. More than half of this stadium is the people who actually signed the amicus brief. And how many people in communities? Like 300,000. That's like 4 or 5. This is a lot of people, guys. if we put our minds together and our energy together, we can push back, and if we're proven wrong, okay, then at least we fought the battle. We didn't just sit back and like a
lay down and die.
And it's like, let it all die and let my money die. I'm not letting my money die, man. I work for my money. I'm not stealing from anyone. I'm working. I'm putting my energy. I'm putting my work, life experience, and I work for my family. And I want my family to have a better future than I had in the past. And that's how I think it will happen. That's one of the ways, So I'm just not sitting here and doing nothing. And that's why I'm here to talk. We're talking about this. So you don't sit and do nothing, and 44,000 people do nothing, And the good news that we don't need them to do anything. It takes few of us. It takes me, you to send the message to Coffee and to Nuclear Herb to make the cover letter. We can do it. We can send the emails, man, between four of us. We don't need anybody else. You know what I mean? We just say, okay, you do this, I do this, I do this. It's like, that's it. We do it like in a day. But we need a cover letter. A professionally, legally made cover letter, okay? And then we send the information out. At least we can say, and then we go on the news, social media and say, that's what has been done. And now when other people from other crypto community will be talking about Richard Hart, that will be coming up too. It's not like, oh, Richard Hart, like the haters will say, he's now done, man. He's on Interpol list. Okay, but listen.
The haters have already come out of the woodwork, man. They're all right now.
That's what, but hey, we are the force against that. Haters, screw the haters, man. We're the lovers, and we're more powerful than haters. But if we don't do anything, they will be more powerful. Do you want to prove them wrong or right? If you do nothing, you prove them right. The haters. Look at these guys. That's it. They're done. Hexagons are done. Bro, not too fast. We're just starting here. You know what I mean? We're here to support this until the end. Either until prosecution and conviction, if he's, wrong, if he has done wrong, or until exoneration. Okay? So until that happens, shut your mouth up. And this is how we do. This is how we shut them up. By doing things, not just by fighting on X. Who cares about that? We need to send government, we basically we need to put them on notice that we are watching and we are involved and we want justice.
We're invested.
We invested in this. We're heavily invested in this, and we're watching. The world is watching this.
And we give a shit.
We give a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's why we're talking. That's why I said, you know what? I need to get on the podcast with you, with Captain RG. That's the people I know. I will go on any other podcast too. You know what I mean? But I don't know other people like personally. So if somebody want me on them, I will go. I have no problem. I will put my time, because this is talking to you right now is protecting my backs. It's protecting my family. So I'm not wasting my time. I'm doing something, even if it means nothing, because I'm delivering my message. And that's what makes a difference in this world.
Right.
Stand up for something. And here you stand up for your money, for your family. So that's pretty much what I want to say. I think like we are an hour anyway. So
I love it, man. And make sure you send me over that information. I'm going to give you my email as soon as we get
right. Right after this, I'll send you the whole file. Send it right away. We need to get on the right away, man. It's like you can meet with him next week, but just send him this. Send him. So just look through it and tell me what can be done with it. Would you be able to spend a few hours to write a cover letter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It will take a few hours. It's like well thought, maybe a day, but if not, somebody else. But we need it. I can't write that, because it has to be by attorney. It has to be legally put together, legally correct. I can write other things.
Me or you don't have the attorney jargon.
I don't have it. Yes, of course.
To articulate perfectly.
Yes, of course. It's important. It has to be legally.
Yeah. I've dealt with enough attorneys and enough lawsuits to know you stay in your lane when it comes to that stuff.
That's it. You let them do their work. I've done my research. I've done my part. Okay, take it forward.
I love it. We appreciate it, man. This is awesome.
Sounds good, Corey. Anything you want to wrap it up with?
Yeah, so real quick before we wrap it up, because I had to get it. My daughter just got up, and we're gonna get some breakfast. That's who you hear in the background here. But talk a little bit real quick before we hop off, so everyone who hasn't been listening or hasn't seen you come on before, talk about a little about the Hex Awakening event that we're gonna be doing here in 2025. Talk a little about that.
Sure. That was an idea that came, and I thought it would be great to have some hexicans and polsicans here and do the sacred medicine work together and kind of.
They're in Peru.
In Peru, of course, yes, in Peru, in our healing center.
Peru.
And send good energy to the hex egregor, to the whole astral body, which is bleeding. With all this like attacks and infighting, it's bleeding. So the idea is to stop the bleeding on energetic level by sending good energy, combining our efforts. I'm doing that myself, but if we are like multiplying this by more people, it just will be more effective. And it happens if people come. If not, like I have my clients. We're working normally, regularly, you know.
Right.
But if we have hexicans, we just make that hex awakening. And stream from here and boost the spirit of the community. It's just doing good for the community, you know, boosting the spirit of Hex, boosting the confidence, and working on the energetic level, on the astral plane, which are real, whether you believe in them or not. It's like they're real. You know, this is how I changed my life, by working with it. You know, I write it in my book, so maybe reading my books will be helpful to you, but this is like the idea behind that. It's healing the Hex ethos.
Love that.
You know?
Love it, man. And show your most current book real quick, too, before we get off.
Oh, yeah, I have it right here.
Shill it, man.
Right here, guys. This is the book. If only one book
I read it.
You can read in the whole year, then this is the book.
It was great.
Unplugged. Okay, just read it on Amazon. You just like, you know, just the link on my website. It's like everywhere. Just look it up. You know, it's Unplugged. It's a sequel to Dancing in Hell with Eyes Wide Open. Very important book too, which was kind of a predecessor of this one. But you read this. There is it's a great spirituality. Book. It's financial freedom. It's mental freedom. It's just freedom. Period.
And crypto.
And crypto, of course. And Richard Hart.
Yeah.
Right here. I have attached my name to this guy. You know what I mean? That's how much I trust him. I don't see him as a scammer or criminal. I would not put my name, my reputation next to the fugitive. I don't want fugitives attached to my name. You know what I mean? It's like I have a good reputation. You know what I mean? Like read reviews. Like look me up online. I'm not I'm not friends of criminals and fugitives. I'm helping people to change their lives here, to heal, to change, to become something, to become your best version.
Best version of yourself.
Yes, of course. So I put Richard here in my book as one who supports him, who believes in his ethos, in his products. So, you know, for me, it's a personal, not just my money. It's my name on the line now.
Yep. So let's do twofold, guys. If you're listening today, obviously, you can go get Sergey's book, Unplugged. Be great. It's on Amazon. But if you guys know any information or someone who can help with what Sergey's talking about today, about writing the cover letter, of getting the amicus brief together, I know we got coffee in the community who could probably help us in Nucleus Herb. But if anyone else who's listening wants to participate and help and thinks they can help, DM me on Twitter. That's where I respond to all my DMs. You can try Telegram, but Telegram's it's so dirty. I don't get to the DM till like weeks later. So DM me on Twitter. It's the quickest way to get a hold of me, and let me know how you can participate. We'd love any kind of help we can get. Also, if you are interested in the Hex Awakening event, which I've had a couple people reach out to me already, Sergey, who are interested, who are ready to put down a deposit. You do have to put a deposit down. It's $500 to lock your spot in, guys. So that way you can't reserve it, and then he's out income that screws his business up, right? He's got a family to feed, and he's got Pulse to buy. So we have to. This is how it works, right? And Hex, man. So reach out to me on Twitter if you want that too. I'll end up getting an invoice from Sergey. It's directly him. I get nothing, guys. I'm just spreading the good word because I feel like he's got a good message to spread. And I want to make sure that his word gets out to the community, whether it's about the Hex awakening event, or getting in front of Interpol the best possible way we can in a very legal way to fight these assholes. Because that's what's going on, man. It's an attack on us, attack on the community. I see some of you guys, kind of FUDing in the chat. I mean, look, guys, if you don't want to be here, sell your bags and leave. I said,
get out. We don't want you guys. We don't want you.
I said that this is
You're not my friends. You're not my friends, man.
There's no point in being involved in something if you think negative about it, because all you're doing is hurting yourself.
You're hurting yourself.
So leave. It's fine to leave. Look, it's okay to sell and leave. There's nothing wrong.
Go buy Solana. Go buy other things.
Don't stick around and become toxic, because all you do is hurt yourself. Exactly. Remember that. You're destroying yourself. So either leave or lean in and believe, which is what me and Sergey do. We lean in and believe. That's fine too. There's no financial advice in the show. It's completely up to you. So that's my message there.
And and just to wrap it up, the Jits are out.
The Jits.
That's it, man. The Jits are out.
Shows it.
It's not. It's like it's
the price
stable.
chart shows it.
It's
Holy
stable.
shit,
It's like
man.
This is the new floor on the worst spot ever. The worst FUD ever. Interpol, fugitive, bro. It's like Osama bin Laden stuff. You know what I mean?
Great.
Richard is now bin Laden. So it's like, okay, let's deal with that.
So cool, guys. Well, we're gonna hop off on that note. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on, Sergey. This is freaking awesome. We'll connect right after the show. And guys, hit the likes, smash the subscribes if you like what I'm bringing you. If you like the good word of crypto as a wealth creation tool and real estate as a wealth preservation tool, and rocking and roll along with this RH community, lifting us up, smash that like, hit the subscribe. If you're on Twitter, retweet it. Retweet this on Twitter. I see there's 218 of you guys watching on Twitter. There's 37 on YouTube. Smash it. I saw a statistic on my show. You can go look at the stats. Only half of you guys are subscribed. Come on, get in there and smash that bell notification for me. Get the algorithm pumped. And when are you coming? You going on with RG3 today too?
Yeah, in 1 hour.
In 1 hour.
If I have a throat, man, I have a sore throat. It's like I have a sore throat. It's like it's hard for me to talk. So I kind of out of my air, but I still, he's waiting. I'm going to talk the same thing exactly to his community, because it's all the same community.
Love it. I love it, guys. Have a good one today, and Merry Christmas to you again. Thanks again, Sergey.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Nice to see you today.